Tough weekend for the city of Atlanta. UGA took a major L to Ole Miss. The Falcons, they lost to the Saints. And yes, the Atlanta Hawks, they also took a major L. So I know that everybody in the Atlanta area are kind of feeling a little down and out, but it's okay. I am here to restore some hope in your little lives because it's not as bad as it looks. Before I go any further, what's going on, everybody? My name is Walter Pollard, and welcome to Atlanta Hawks Digest. We're going to talk about everything. Well, we're not going to talk about everything, but we definitely got to talk about this 4-7 start for the Atlanta Hawks. Is there something that we can do? Is there something that the Atlanta Hawks can find, to dig deep and get better? Because I'm telling you right now, it's not looking good for the Atlanta Hawks, but it's not looking bad either. Okay, we got to talk about the injury bug because yes, Bogdan Bogdanović is still out. Okay, Vic Krejci is still out. We still got DeAndre Hunter out. We still got Kobe Buffkin out. So there are still things that the Atlanta Hawks need to deal with, but it's not as bad as everyone else. The Eastern Conference is sorely lacking, just to be completely honest. I mean, teams that we expected to be up in the fourth, the fifth, the third, second, whatever position that we expected them to be in, it's just not looking great. But then again, you got the Cleveland Cavaliers, who's 9-0. So again, it's a lot of different things to digest, but it's okay. We can talk about it. I want everybody to just take a deep breath and woo-saw, because again, yes, the Atlanta Hawks are 4-7. Yes, they lost 2 of their last games that were extremely winnable games. Those losses were, of course, to the Bulls and to the Pistons. But again, it could be a lot worse. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it, man. We got to talk about my man Dyson Daniels, but not Dyson Daniels, but we got to talk about Zaccharie Risacher. Because I want to ask you guys, and I've asked you guys already but once before, but again, do you feel as though he is worth it? Do you feel as though he was worth the number 1 pick? Again, when he was picked, for some folks, it was slightly debatable. Some people didn't quite understand as to why the Atlanta Hawks were going after him when, in fact, they thought that he would pick up someone that Landry Fields, the Atlanta Hawks GM, would go after someone like Alex R and things of that such. But that's besides the point. But with Zaccharie Risacher, as we see him right now, and I'm going to go to a stat really quickly. Of course, early in the season, I'm talking the start of the season, started out with 8 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1 assist per game. But then after his incredible performance versus the New York Knicks, scoring 33 points, he actually jumped his averages up. He's put his averages up. So it's pretty good for right now. I mean, and again, he's starting mainly because of the fact that we do have a lot of people that are hurt and that are injured. So we definitely have big expectations coming out of him. But I feel as though he's been the X factor that I spoke about earlier in the season. I do feel as though he was going to be somebody that could help Trae Young in transition, off the ball, on the ball, deflecting the ball, stealing the ball, whatever you want to call it. I feel as though he was going to be that type of guy. And he has. He honestly has. Now, the next question I want to ask you, have the Atlanta Hawks addressed their defensive issues? And my answer to that is yes. It is a decisive yes. And here's why I say that, mainly because of Dyson Daniels. And we can go to another stat graphic really quickly because, again, Dyson Daniels, 12 points per game, 4 rebounds, which the Atlanta Hawks definitely needed. We definitely need somebody to affect the rebounds, 2 assists per game, 3 steals per game. And we don't even want to go into all of the different types of deflections and things of that such, because he leads the NBA in pass deflections with 66, and he leads the league in steals with 30. Now, I want to point something out really quickly because these are astronomical numbers with only 10 games played. Well, 11 games now, but only 11 games played this season. Okay, Dyson Daniels has 66 deflection. The next closest number is 40, and that is by Nikola Jokic. Okay, and then again, as far as steals are concerned, he has 30 steals. The closest person next to him is Jalen Williams and Jason Tatum with 18. So Dyson Daniels has done more than enough. He's done his job as a defensive man, but he can't be the only one. He cannot be the only one. And I'll give you guys a graphic here because it's kind of disappointing. Well, also too, make sure you guys follow. Go check out the College Park Skyhawks. They're going to be playing tonight versus the 905 Raptors. That is the Raptors G League affiliate. So definitely want to make sure you guys pop out and go check them out really quickly. But I wanted to bring up the fact that the Atlanta Hawks, they are allowing 120 points per game by other opponents while only scoring 115 points per game. So that is a statistic that I do find to be somewhat troubling for the Atlanta Hawks. Dyson Daniels cannot be the only person that is affecting the ball in a defensive, well, affecting the defense. He can't be the only one affecting the defense. I do feel as though on a brighter note, Larry Nance has started to come into himself now that they've let him start to play and give him more minutes. He's shown himself to be a good player, a good big off of coming off of the bench and actually grabbing rebounds on the offensive end, because one of the biggest things is second chance shots. We don't get enough, and we don't stop the other team from getting those second hand shots too. So to see those types of things, I do feel as though I can't say that we fully addressed the defensive issues. There still needs to be some cracking down. The Atlanta Hawks need to limit the opponent's scores per game. 120 per game is a complete mess. And again, I can even say the last few games, okay? You got 125 to the Bulls. You allowed 122 to the Pistons. You allowed 116 by the Knicks. You allowed 123 while only scoring 93 versus the Celtics. So again, we can say that they've addressed some of the issues, but I just don't feel as though the Atlanta Hawks have addressed all of the issues. But again, neither here nor there. 4-7 is not the start that we expected. It is not the start that we desired, but it is a start. And again, with these guys coming back off of the injury reserve, we get Bogdan Bogdanović back. We get Kobe Buffkin back. We get Vic Krejci back. We get DeAndre Hunter back. If we can get these injured players back, there could be a chance that the Atlanta Hawks can make a run. Right now, the Atlanta Hawks, they have, and let me pull that up really quickly because I want to show you that the Atlanta Hawks do have some more games left. Again, the last game was versus the Chicago Bulls. Coming up is the Celtics. That is tomorrow night. And right after the Celtics, you got Washington, you got the Trailblazers, you got the Kings again, you got the Warriors, Bulls again, and then you have the Mavericks. So they're going to be taking on some West Coast teams like the Warriors, who are doing very well, like the Kings, who are doing well. So we're going to be taking on some other teams, but with this stretch, hopefully the Atlanta Hawks can win more than they lose. That's the ultimate goal, is to win more than you lose. And then hopefully when these players do come back, there can be some positive change for the Atlanta Hawks. Hey, listen, stay here. Make sure that we grow this page as much as possible. I want to thank everybody for following and subscribing to my page. I got 74 subscribers. Before the end of the year, I want to get up to possibly 100, but that is only if you guys continue to watch. So stay here for more of your Atlanta Hawks news here on Atlanta Hawks Digest. Peace.